good morning, good morning. So I haven't done a video for a few weeks, and that's because I've trapped a nerve in my back. So this is the first real morning I've come out to try and at least get out. So I've come down to my local woodland. I know I've done it several times before, but I thought it's best just to try and start small. So I'll come down today to see how I'll get on. I'm still in quite a bit of pain, and I'm going to the chiropractor to try and get it sorted out, but I'm just so desperate to get out. So let's give it a go and let's see what we can find today, eh? Now what I'm noticing down here at the minute, this is my local woods, and the trees all around are changing really fast this year. But down here, because it's down in a bit of a gully, I've noticed that the leaves aren't changing as fast. And I think possibly because the moisture's held in, and as I say, the valley itself is keeping it kind of almost warmer. There just doesn't seem to be, the leaves just don't seem to change as fast in here at all.
So let us just do my love and see where this road will take us now. It's not that you're timid, no one could say, choosing to walk with the gale. What shall we call us, hobos per se? We'll find that out on the way. So let us just do my love and not stop thinking of this over. Let us just do my love and see where this road will take.
Now it's funny with this place, I always seem to gravitate back to the same sort of areas. And I have my nice spots that I like to come to. And I think it's because above here there's a bit of an open space where light can get through, so it's ever changing. The light's always changing on this spot. And this spot just a bit further up from me here, where there's two bits of water come either side of a rock, it's the same. There's spaces where the light can get through, and it just changes the scene all the time. So because there isn't a fantastic amount of colour down here, what I'm having to do really is just use the water and the water flow. So I'm using the water flow to give me different textures, different shapes in the water. So I'm trying different shutter speeds really, anywhere from around about 1/4 of a second up to, I've been trying 30-second long exposures as well. And I know it's not everybody's taste, that really silky look, but sometimes I think because of the speed of the water's moving, it can give it a really different look.
Thinking of this over, let's just do my love and see where it goes.
Well, very nearly needed a change of trousers there. I was flying the drone to get some B-roll footage, and it didn't have a lock on GPS, and it just shot off backwards into the trees on the other side of the river. And I was just panicking, going, oh no. Anyway, I could still hear it going, and when I scrambled up onto the side here and looked back over the side, I could see it was just hovering still in the trees. I don't know how it missed all these branches in here, because there's branches overhanging everywhere, and I just managed to get it back across. So not one of my better moments, I don't think. Yeah, as you can see just over there in amongst those trees, it took off backwards over there. Unreal, I don't know how it missed all those branches. So I've shot this seeing loads before, and I just like this, the way the water falls in between the rocks here. And sometimes you get just above the rocks, I don't know whether you can see it on the camera, but there's bits of mist over in the background there, and it sometimes just picks that up. Gets really nice and atmospheric there.
And see where this road will take us now. It's not that you're timid, no one could say, choosing to walk.
Now we always have problems with balance with this place. There's some really nice textured rocks to the left-hand side of the frame which work really nicely, but on the right-hand side of the bank, there's nothing to kind of complement it. So I find you kind of have to really miss these rocks out on the left and try and push yourself more into the middle of the frame or more into the middle of the river. And that can be kind of a problem really. I'm kind of lucky here because there's a rock that I can get down onto, and I'm just gonna have to center it up in the frame, which isn't ideal. But I think if I use these rocks down on the left here, it's just gonna look completely out of balance. So what I'll do is, I'll take an image using the rocks on the left, and I'll show you what I mean. And then I'll try and center myself up and get a more central shot just to take everything else out of the equation and just focus on the waterfalls in the back. See which ones you prefer. And I'd like to hear your comments, so leave them in the comments below, please.
I've never been known for my cautious side. I know the wind that I stir is a gale. So let us just...
So probably going to have been a short video this week, but it was just a case of getting out, to be honest with you. I've been struggling on that badly, and I've got a big trip coming up in 6 weeks, which I cannot be ill for. So I just need to try and get the fitness level back up there again. So I just thought I'd use this opportunity just to get out for an hour or so, just to see what's around, see how I'm going to cope with it, and just to start getting exercise again, really. Well, if you've liked this week's video, please like and subscribe. Join me on Facebook at Paul Thomson Photography. Join me on Instagram at Paul Thomson Photography, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.